Hello everyone, my name is Leroy, and today I'm going to be discussing another ghost from the Zodiac, from the Black Zodiac from the movie 13 Ghosts, and today we're talking about the 12th ghost of the Black Zodiac, the Juggernaut. Known in life as Horace Breaker Mahoney, he was born oversized and horribly disfigured, spending his childhood as an outcast. His mother abandoned him at a very early age, and his father put him to work in their junkyard, where his teen years were spent alone, crushing and chopping old cars. His father died, and with no parent to steer him, the 7-foot-tall giant snapped. His first kill was a pair of female hitchhikers. He drove them back to the junkyard and tore them apart with his bare hands, feeding the pieces to his dogs. Many more kills followed. His MO was towing stranded motorists back to the junkyard, where he would meticulously break every bone in their bodies. Newspapers began warning hitchhikers to beware, with police suspecting that a serial killer was at large, with some bodies being discovered appearing to be half-eaten. This all came to an end when he picked up an undercover female cop. It took over a dozen men to subdue the immense giant, 3 of whom lost their lives when Horace broke free of his handcuffs. His struggle eventually ended when 5 officers pumped nearly 50 rounds of ammo into him, and then another clip into his corpse just to be sure. As a ghost, Horace claimed over 30 victims, which Dennis Rafkin clairvoyantly picked up when he accompanied Cyrus Criticos to the junkyard where Horace spent his entire life. Cyrus needed a ghost that fit the description laid out in the Arcanum, and so when Cyrus learned of Horace Mahoney, he felt like an appropriate choice to fill the role of the Black Zodiac's Juggernaut, helping to eventually power Basilius's infernal device. Because of the bloodthirsty and violent nature of Horace, Cyrus decided on utilizing bait to lure in this ghost. He used blood. A truck full of blood doused the piles of cars in the junkyard, and bait was never needed before, but it felt necessary this time. Horace showed up, brutally ending many of the men on Cyrus's ghost capture team, before eventually being trapped in a containment cube, and then transferred over to the House of Glass, the demonic machine masquerading as a home. There, Horace remained trapped until the machine became active, releasing the specters one by one until his turn came to be set loose in the house. He found his way to a defenseless Dennis and Arthur, and Horace, unable to harm Arthur, due to him being behind a protective pane of glass inscribed with anti-ghost spells, set his sights on Dennis, a sitting duck who would sacrifice himself to save Arthur. Both Horace and the Hammer attacked Dennis, with Horace the Breaker Mahoney living up to his namesake by lifting Dennis up over his head and breaking Dennis's spine in 2 over the doorframe. Horace is then pulled away by the Aladdin ghost summoning spell, and he, unable to resist the incantation, ends up perched along the wheel of the Black Zodiac alongside the other 11 ghosts in his spot, marked by the symbol of the Juggernaut. When Maggie disrupts the audio track of the spell keeping the ghosts frozen in place, Horace is set free, and he, along with most of the other ghosts, grab Cyrus and lift him over their heads and throw him into the shifting metallic rings of the device, effectively dismembering him into bite-sized pieces. The house then explodes, freeing all of the ghosts trapped within to go as they please. We don't know if the Juggernaut crossed over or if he simply became a wandering spirit. However, because he was so violent and sadistic both in life and as a ghost, it's highly unlikely that he elected to cross over. He likely decided to wander into the world, creating a path of terror and destruction and death in his wake. The Juggernaut is special because he is the only ghost we get to see get captured, and we get to see the full scope of his power and brutality. He is also likely the ghost with the highest kill count, as he'd had over 40 victims prior to his bloody rampage at the junkyard, where he ended so many of the ghost catchers in a display of extreme strength. So that's it, that's all I wanted to say. That is my video on the Juggernaut from 13 Ghosts. I know he's a fan favorite, but is he yours? If you like this video, then drop a like, and of course, subscribe for even more upcoming 13 Ghosts content. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.